All right, we're going to move on and look at resolving vectors into components. It says here, given vectors u, v, and w, if w is equal to u plus v, again, the sum of vectors u and v gives you w, then u and v are called components of w. The process of finding components is called resolving or representing. In order to resolve a vector, you generally look for your perpendicular components, your horizontal and your vertical components. So in most cases, one component will be parallel to the x-axis, and another will be parallel to the y-axis. So you can see here in our example, right, we're looking at this vector here of w, and we've resolved it into two vectors, u and v. Right? Here's the horizontal and the vertical components of this vector w. Right? So w is equal to u plus v. Of course, that's the diagonal. If you were to draw in the parallelogram, right, forms the sum vector. Again, w equals u plus v. Right? So again, we understand where that's coming from. But again, we can resolve every vector into a horizontal and vertical component. All right, let's take an example. So components. Given vector w has a magnitude of 95 and is inclined 50 degrees with the horizontal, resolve this vector into horizontal and vertical components. So let's draw a picture of that. So we've got a vector, magnitude 95. All right, now let's draw in the horizontal. And we're going to go 50 degrees off that horizontal. And we're going to draw in vector w. So there's w with a magnitude of 95 units. With that said, let's go ahead and look at its components. So we're looking at the horizontal and the vertical components. All right, these two vectors right here. So again, we can call that, if you want, u and v. So there's our horizontal component, right, vector u. All right, and our vertical component. Our vertical component here is vector v. Right, which again, that represents our horizontal and vertical distance for vector w. So again, that's our horizontal and vertical distance. So again, perpendicular to each other. With that said, we know again the angle off the horizontal was 50 degrees. Let's go ahead and draw that in there. Now let's find these two components. So based on what we're given, we've got a right triangle. We've got the angle, right, of our vector w is 50 degrees off the horizontal component. Well, let's use our right triangle trig to find it. So if we want to find the horizontal component, so let's go find u. So to find u, we could use cosine. We know the cosine of 50 degrees is equal to the adjacent side, vector u, divided by the hypotenuse, which is 95, vector w, right? So again, there's definition from right triangles, adjacent over hypotenuse. And of course, now let's solve it. So we're going to multiply both sides by 95. And we'll have the horizontal component, vector u. So u is equal to 95 times the cosine of 50 degrees. So let's go see what we get. What is the 95? What does that give us? What's 95 times the cosine of 50? So let's go pull up our TI calculator. And we'll type that in. 95 times the cosine of 50. And of course, we know we're in degrees. Check your mode again. Make sure that's in the correct mode. As we hit the enter button, we get 61.06. So let's go ahead and say 61. So our horizontal component is 61 units. So there's u. So that equals the horizontal component, right, which is the horizontal distance, right, that's traveled from the initial point of vector w to its terminal point. And let's go ahead and do the same thing for v. So let's find the vertical component. So to find v, right, let's go back to our right triangle trig. I'm going to use trig again. Of course, at this point, we could use Pythagorean theorem since we have 2 to 3 sides of the right triangle. But I like to review my trig definitions. We know the sine of 50 degrees, right? Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So v, the vertical component, divided by 95, the hypotenuse. And as we solve that, as we multiply both sides by 95, right, we get what? We get v, vertical component, equal to 95 times the sine of 50 degrees, which, let's go put that in our calculator. What's 95 times the sine of 50? So 95 times the sine of 50 equal to 72.77. So 72.8, which is 73. So 73 rounded there to the nearest whole number. Didn't specify where to round, but there's V. There's our vertical component. So there's VC, vertical component for you. So we've got our two. We've got our horizontal component. And, of course, we've got our vertical component. So we resolve that vector into components.